Philippines Senate backs bill to raise sexual consent age from 12 to 16.
Here's a summary of the article.
Manila, September 28. A bill to raise the minimum age of sexual consent in the Philippines from 12 to 16 has moved closer towards becoming law, after senators approved it its final reading. The bill aims to protect children from rape and other forms of sexual abuse and was backed by 22 senators on Monday, with one abstention. A counterpart measure was approved by the lower chamber in December last year. The Philippines currently has the lowest minimum age of sexual consent in Southeast Asia, and one of the lowest in the world. 7 of 10 victims of rape in the Philippines are children, data from the Center for Women's Resources show. Under the bill, any adult, both men and women, engaging in sexual contact with anyone 16 years old or lower would be committing statutory rape. For more than a century, the minimum age has been 12. Today, the Senate has finally and clearly said no to child rape. Today, the Senate has sounded the clarion call for change, Senator Riza Hontiveros, a principal author of the bill, said in a statement.
This post received a score of 34,000, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
One of the lowest in the world, so what's lower than 12? Geez, grimace.
Greater than what's lower than 12? Well, 11 for starters.
Or 10 even.
9 has entered the chat.
What will the geriatric businessmen do now? Go to Thailand.
I believe that Thailand has been cracking down on this lately. I really wanted to do a solo trip to Thailand when I was younger to train Muay Thai, but I was hung up on the bad look it would be. Also, I didn't have too much savings and would have put a pretty big dent in my career.
Is this a thing? That people think you visited for sex if you say you went to Thailand?
Thai people definitely assumed that of me until they found out I moved to Thailand with my wife. It was very noticeable when the person I'm talking to immediately becomes warmer and more casual right after that. At least some of these people know a sleazebag that vacations in Thailand. I definitely had this impression of men in their 40s or older, mostly due to the fact that I met several of these older men that came to Thailand specifically to find a subservient spouse.
Prince Andrew withdraws his application for a Philippine visa.
To be that guy, but his accuser was 17, so looks like the Philippines are back on the menu.
He can just stay at home. It's also 16 in England.
Jesus Christ, imagine opposing this.
A lot of them will throw Jesus in your face to back it to cover up their real reasons.
What would Jesus do? Hopefully not 12-year-olds.
TBH, it took the Vatican 13 years after the dude died to raise age of consent from 12.
AD means Anno Domini. Year 0, according to the Church, is the year he was born. Not died. I want to say he died around 32 to 33 AD.
Holy shit, it was only 12? Edit. Cool, my first comment with over 1k votes. Thanks for the upvotes, people.
It is 12 for native citizens, 18 for foreigners.
That still seems wild to have a separation for natives and foreigners.
It was to prevent sex tourism. Not saying the previous number was acceptable, but many sea countries have been trying to crack down on this particular facet of their economy.
Yes, the age of consent currently on the books is 12 years old, as it was in parts of the U.S. when the Philippines became independent. There are in fact two laws, RA 7610 and RA 9344, that make sexual abuse against anyone under the age of 18 illegal. So the age of consent law is a misnomer. An adult who has sex with a 13-year-old will still be charged, not with violating age of consent laws, but with sexual abuse. The Philippines is not a backwards place and does not tolerate sexual abuse of minors.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.